Hello everyone, I'm Francisco Meléndez, and I'm here to talk about the most underrated movies of 2019. Not everything can get the major success and attention of Avengers Endgame and Captain Marvel, but my heart still bleeds when I see a movie get less attention than it should have. Underrated means different things for different movies. For example, more people saw Happy Death Day to You than Peanut Butter Falcon, but I'd still be inclined to call the former more underrated than the latter. Happy Death Day to You was set up as a big horror sequel, while Peanut Butter Falcon was set up as a niche indie film. Relative to that, the former was incredibly underrated, while the latter was way more successful than I believe anyone expected. Both films, I might add, were delightful, as were these 5 movies. But first, some honorable mentions, cause I just can't help myself. Parasite. Yeah, it just won Best Picture, but it's wild that this movie hasn't crossed over into the mainstream. The Farewell. Lulu Wang's screenplay and direction is beautiful. Awkwafina is a revelation, and it's my favorite film from 2019. Ad Astra. Sometimes a man needs some space to cry about their daddy issues. Seriously, can we stop letting sci-fi movies flop? Shazam. The best DCEU movie since Wonder Woman made the least amount of money because fate is cruel, I guess. Detective Pikachu. Made just enough money to miss the actual list, but it's Pokemon. And it was so much fun. Why didn't people see this? This should have made enough money to fund at least 10 sequels. The Lego Movie 2, the second part. Not as great as the first one, but still a very enjoyable and surprisingly deep movie. Honey Boy. You will never make fun of Shia LaBeouf again. And with that, the actual list. Number 5. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Tom Hanks plays Fred Rogers, and people still missed out on this one. In a great year for movies, this story of a scorned journalist healing from his past as he interviews Fred Rogers didn't get the attention it deserved from critics or the mainstream. Marielle Heller directs this movie so well, blending in elements from the original show into the movie. This movie can be best described as therapeutic for both the characters and the audience. Number 4. Ready or Not. The second best film of 2019 to follow a kind woman getting close to an eccentric rich family, only for the family, played by a great character actors, to mistreat her until she no longer desires the comfort of being a part of them. Knives Out was better, but Ready or Not deserves recognition too. The fun horror bloodbath is a thrill, and Samara Weaving is a scream queen for the ages. Just the visual of the bloody bride hunting down the rich family with a shotgun and Converse is worth the price of admission, but it helps that the entire cast is working their butts off to elevate this fun, pulpy premise. Number 3. Luce. Octavia Spencer made 2 movies in 2019, and yet Ma had to be the one to get a wide release. I don't get how cinephiles didn't push this movie more because I was thoroughly impressed with how complex and well written it was. Kelvin Harrison Jr., one of the best breakout stars of 2019, plays the titular Luce, a teenager adopted into a white family at a young age. The movie asks what it means to succeed as a minority. What are the costs of it when the systems of power are set up so only some people can succeed? Balancing emotion with analysis, the film had me shaken to my core by the end, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. Number 2. Waves. From one emotional Kelvin Harrison Jr. movie to another, Waves follows a student athlete with a seemingly perfect life as everything crashes around him. He's pushed by his worsening condition to worse and worse decisions, made more grave due to the heavy toxic masculinity in his life. The unique structure of the movie allows the audience to see this guy's spiraling condition, the effect of his trajectory, and the ensuing aftermath. Kelvin Harrison Jr., Taylor Russell, and Sterling K. Brown are sights to behold here, giving natural, raw performances that will leave you in awe. Top it off with some of the best cinematography of the year, and you have a film for the ages. And number 1, Blinded by the Light. Okay, Waves got a limited release, but I cannot comprehend how this movie got so little attention. In a summer of dad rock movies, this one should have gotten all the dad dollars. It follows a poor Pakistani college student living in England in the 1980s as he struggles with his family and his place in society. Through the music of Bruce Springsteen, he breaks out of his shell, learning there can be more to life than he thought. The film tackles social issues such as xenophobia and poverty with grace, giving them the gravity they deserve while also being thoroughly uplifting. Few movies of 2019 left me with this much hope. It did this not by ignoring the heavy issues that plague our culture, but by showing how to deal and cope with them. The marvelous cast has a lot of work to do in balancing these polarizing moods, but they do it expertly. I recommend you watch this movie, along with all the others, ASAP. If you do, tweet us at MUTV23 and tell us what you thought. Are there any other movies I missed? Don't be afraid to comment below. And if you want to support more of our great content, head over to mutv.missouri.edu. Until next time, I'm Francisco Meléndez, signing off.